running down the street so I don't get fat. Trying not to stress so I won't.
You're looking live and down at the... Quite a few injuries here between the two teams. 5 players out tonight.
5 players scratched from the game. If you're one of the healthy players, you're going to get all you can eat.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. They've got Robinson. Baylor is out there with Carter. Then there's Kobe. And it's Stockton in at the 1 spot. And for the Lakers, LeBron James is out there with Johnson. Then there's Chamberlain. Then there's Ewing. And it's Malone in at the 3, the small forward. So the Chicago Bulls able to put up the first points on the board. Here's LeBron. Here's Ewing. Second shot opportunity. Here's Chamberlain. No good. Not a friendly rim at all this trip down. Baylor dishes to Stockton. Passes to Carter. The tray. It's rebounded by Johnson. For Los Angeles, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Ewing trying to get open. Malone kicks to James. Los Angeles with another miss.
Well, that's just a lucky break for the deep. Yeah, keep giving him that shot. Bad things will happen. And the Bulls last year, Kevin, had a lot of holes in their teams. They struggled on offense as well as defense, and their lack of outside shooting was one of their bigger issues.
Now here's James. And LeBron with the basket, the assist by Johnson.
They were pretty tight to start this game. Started out with 4 straight misses. Maybe that one will get them going.
Carter on the wing. Nice defense from Malone. C-Webb, the Bulls last year, bottom 2 offense in the league.
Yeah, only slightly better than the Knicks. I mean, you know, Kevin, injuries hurt. They had to suit up 22 different players last year. But overall, this team has a lot of work to do on the offensive end to improve.
Now, here is Chamberlain. Vince Carter missing his last shot. 3 on the clock. Over Carter. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
They know they can't give him that shot. The D's are over it. Not even giving him an inch of space.
And, you know, beyond all the things Baylor gives you, he's an entertainer out on the floor. The acrobatics we see, something spectacular from this guy almost every game.
Bulls shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Russell, he's checked in for Ewing. Worthy comes in for Karl Malone. And Isaiah Thomas is subbed in for Johnson. Now here's LeBron. He can't hit that time. Good work defensively by Baylor.
He's not using his head this quarter. He's got to get back to finding high percentage shots.
Gervin passes to O'Neal. 20 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Baylor. It's good. And he makes his first shot of the game.
Wow, what you can do when you're that strong and graceful. Just tremendous hang time for a big man. And, of course, Baylor converts a lot of those second chance opportunities.
Here's LeBron. And again, the Lakers no good. And we reach the end of the first quarter. It's the Bulls up by... Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
We've got Drexler. Maravich is out there with Thomas. Then it's Russell. And it's Worthy in at the power forward position. That's the group for the Lakers to start the second quarter. Now here's Stockton. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Thomas passes to Worthy. And Worthy throws it down.
You're finding the weakness in the defense. That's the court savvy of Thomas at work.
Stockton kicks to Walton. Hey, Chris, with Dirk retiring, who now has the best fadeaway, you think, in the game from the post position?
It's a man that stole his move. Now, he didn't need to steal it. He just added on to his game. He's a great person. He's not a thief, but he uses that one-leg kick fadeaway, and he's the same height as Dirk. Well, that's Kevin Durant, the best fadeaway in the game, period.
Towns is developing a nice one, too.
Oh, you know what? I love Towns' games inside, and what makes Towns so good is that he can fade away over the right shoulder. And you know why that makes it so tough? Because he can come over the left shoulder with a jump hook. Most guys with the best fadeaways, they have a counter that already gets you hung in on that counter, and then when you're thinking about that original move, bam, it hits you with the fadeaway.
And here's Drexler. John Stockton getting his 3 to go moments ago.
He's so aggressive at that end of the floor, and that's a quality all great scorers have.
And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
For Chicago, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Malone's checked in for Russell. Ewing comes in for Worthy. Miller's checked in for Maravich, and it's Johnson in for Thomas. Chicago also making some changes. Barry's checked in for Walton. Carter comes in for Irving, and Kobe is subbed in for Gervin.
And when you have this kind of size as a point guard, what a tremendous advantage. Magic can really match up with all 5 positions.
Now here is Carter. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Carter against Drexler. Over Carter, and it's sent back by Carter. And Patrick Ewing with the slam. Chamberlain's checked in for Clyde Drexler. And Chicago also making a switch. Robinson's checked in for Shaq. Lakers shooting their first free throw of the game here.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
Now the pass to Barry. Carter with it. He's guarded by Ewing. Carter against Malone. Pass to Stockton. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it.
Miller outside. There's 18 seconds left here in the second. Malone outside. Now here's Ewing. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Los Angeles with another miss.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
No, you're right. He'd take that 10 out of 10 times.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Bulls.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. They did jump out to a lead in the opening. And that...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You have to like what we're seeing from John Stockton.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
He's so good at reading opportunities and seizing up on whatever the defense gives up.
And tipping off the second half, here's Jim Boylan's 5. They've got Kobe. Robinson is out there with Baylor. Then there's John Stockton, and it's Carter in at the small forward. Chicago on defense. They lead by 4. Just 5 to shoot. Here's James. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Kobe. He kicks it to Baylor. Good on the baseline, Jay. Baylor's got the lead up to 6 now for the Bulls.
Oh, that's a well-deserved assist. Not every player has the vision to make that feed.
LeBron drives in. Chamberlain trying to get open. Ewing against Baylor. Back to James. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. Johnson against Kobe. Pass to Stockton. Back to Bryant. 1:49 left to play here in the third. Stockton outside. With the shot. Good. He hits the jump shot. And it's an 8-point Bulls lead. The league has cracked down C-Webb on flagrants. He's leaving the bench. Do you think we need to be as strict about it as we've been?
Oh, I love the attention to detail the league is giving on flagrants. So you don't want the flagrants of the past. My friend Kevin McHale, he says Rambis just ran into his elbow. That wasn't even a flagrant foul on that play, if anybody remembers that old play that I'm talking about back in the Celtics-Laker days. But how about today? My thing, Kevin, is just don't call it ticky-tack a flagrant. I think we all know what a flagrant is. Let's keep the new flagrants as flagrants and no flopping. If you flop, no flagrants. Games are too important. You don't want that flagrant one, flagrant two, a shot and the ball. It can change the momentum of the game. I think the league and the refs are doing a great job. Let's just not let those ones that aren't flagrant sneak in there because of flopping.
And Chris, what about players leaving the bench when there's something going on?
Well, I'll tell you what, the league has always been great about that. And now what's funny is if you watch the games, there's an assistant coach that is designated just when he sees a scuffle on the floor. His only job is to run to the end of the bench and stand at the line with his arms out so no player can cross him. So not only is the league taking steps, not only are players mindful of it, but now you have an assistant coach that's only job is to stand up there and to be an obstacle so that no players can step that foot across the line. It changes series. It causes big fights. It puts fans in harm's way. We just don't need it.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Thomas is checked in. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Shaq is checked in for Robinson. Walton comes in for Carter. Irving's checked in for Bryant. And Gervin subbed in for Stockton.
And not many guys Irving's size are this good at blocking shots. Takes incredible timing and athleticism. Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, and it hasn't just been the offensive output. They're putting in the work at the defensive end as well.
And so it's Chicago. Their lead at 15 going into the break. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. The Bulls leading by 15. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Ewing is out there with Russell. Then it's Miller. Then it's LeBron James. And it's Thomas in at the point. Clock at 6. Here. And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for Los Angeles. Miller outside. Connects from three-point range.
Fantastic vision. I mean, Ron always cognizant of everyone around him.
Gervin passes to Irving. Shoots from 12. That one a little long.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
And LeBron throws it down.
That's just superb concentration despite getting hit. James is just excellent in scoring through contact.
And here is Gervin. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Here's the lob to the hoop. O'Neal misses.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
So I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And you can tell he feels he should have had it still. The hustle was impressive.
Karl Malone's checked in for the Lakers. Chicago also making some changes. Vince Carter, he's checked in for Walton. Kobe comes in for Irving. And Stockton subbed in for... Oh! That is just nasty.
The athleticism on that finish.
No. He's having a great night from the floor, and they're going to keep leaning on him, looking to grow the lead.
Thomas passes to Ewing. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Thomas got 3 assists in the game.
And how about the muscle inside from Ewing? Easily getting to wherever he wants to on that low block.
1:15 left in the fourth. Back to Kobe. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. 5 to shoot. 17-foot shot on the way. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Bulls.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
Back to Stockton. Outside Bryant over James, and it's Bryant missing.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Well, it's tough, man. When you get to this point in the game, you fought hard, did your best, but just wasn't enough.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. It's Thomas outside, and another 3 for the Lakers. And now we've got the intentional foul.
That's his first personal foul. Substitution.
And so here is Chicago, and they go to the intentional foul.
That's his first personal foul.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
Stockton, just a remarkable point guard. Lights out shooter and an even better distributor.
And the Lakers call time here. They trail by 6. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Still a sliver of hope.
Yeah, right now it's technically a 2-possession game, but that means you'll have to hit 2 threes without your opponent scoring again.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Shaq.
And he's put on a terrific show of skill in the paint. A combination of moves, footwork, and that soft touch down low. It's all added up to one dominant performance for the big fella.
And he commits the intentional foul.
At the line for the Bulls, John Stockton. 2 shots.
Gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game. And the Lakers call time here. They're trailing by 8. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
I'm really curious to see what their strategy is at this point. You can't afford any wasted possessions.
6 seconds left in the game. And the Lakers with another miss. So the Bulls win it. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
No kidding. Hey, look, you know my life is crazy. Look at my DMs. Yeah. One time now she acting like, yeah, battling. They was sleeping like a. Sending my prayers somewhere in the sky, cause I ain't even know what God to believe in. Facts. I was just hoping it landed. Facts. I was just hoping whoever was listening know I ain't take it for granted. I may not be at this planet. I see you and don't understand it. You won't borrow money and borrow time, signing names on dotted lines. You should draw a line real.
Soaring high above the Willamette River. And a total of 6 players out of action for tonight on the injured list.
A half dozen scratches from the game. A lot of players stuck watching from the sidelines.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. Robertson is out there with Jordan. And there's Davis. Then it's Kareem. And it's Leonard in at the 3 slot. And for Portland, Hill out there with Garnett. Then there's Frazier. Then there's Pippen. And it's Howard in at the 5 down low. Now here's Robertson. After the miss from Kevin Garnett. Leonard, no luck.
A 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, Kawhi Leonard last season averaged 27 points a game. That's what you call a two-way player.
Now here is Hill. Garnett. Fader on the way. The putback. And Howard with the second chance points.
Yeah, and when Howard is allowed to get near the bucket, he capitalizes easily on the offensive glass. He sees the game so well.
Here's Jordan. Outside Leonard. 5 on the clock. Over Garnett. Garnett with the block. We've got 1:48 left here in the first quarter. And a career high in scoring last season for the great Kawhi Leonard.
Kevin, he maintained his elite efficiency. Kawhi Leonard's growth as a scorer has been remarkable over the course of his career.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And they shot 81% from the line last season as a team. So you really can't find fault with what they're able to do there.
A free throw good from Kevin Garnett.
And Garnett, a vocal leader, always trying to psych his guys up and get into the head of the opponent.
He's perfect from the line this time. 1:46 left to play here in the first. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Jordan against Pippen. Jordan kicks to Robertson. 6 to shoot. And there's the pass to Leonard. Another miss by Leonard.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the three-point lane.
Here's Howard. Back to Frazier. Howard, the pass to Frazier. Outside Hill. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. They grab their own miss. And Garnett misses.
You know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert.
Snatched up. Abdul-Jabbar with the bucket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now here's Howard. Here's Garnett. And out of bounds. The Pistons will take it.
Careless turnover. You lose focus for even a moment in this league. That's the result.
Payton, he's checked in for Frazier. Malone's checked in for the Pistons. James Harden comes in for Leonard. 32 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Robertson up top, covered by Payton. Detroit, no good that time either.
High percentage look for him, but bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
The dish to Hill. change. So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. Trailblazers lead by 2. And we'll get the second quarter. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
And they have the guys to do it. Play to your strengths, and they can make up for some of your weaknesses.
On the floor for Detroit, Moses Malone out there with Anthony Davis. Then it's Harden. Then it's Tracy McGrady. And it's Jordan in at the small forward. A lot of talent in the 2018 draft, Smitty. Who do you think has the highest ceiling of that group?
Kevin, I love that question because it's not who's the best player who has the best talent. It's the ceiling. I think Jaren Jackson Jr., Marvin Bagley, those guys have so much room to grow. The Doncic and the Trae Young, those guys are fantastic. They have room to grow, but I think those two have a lot of room to grow, and they're already good.
And the Pistons with possession here. Trailing by 2.
Oh, tight defense there. Olajuwon's like a big cat. The combination of elite speed and power.
Thompson misses.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
Here's Jordan. But they recover it. Malone can't hit. McAdoo inside. He's covered by Malone. McAdoo, the pass to Olajuwon. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
The Trailblazers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
No good on the free throw. Frazier, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Then for the Pistons, Abdul-Jabbar comes in for Davis. And Kawhi Leonard subbed in for Tracy McGrady. He hits the second from the line.
Well, the Pistons are starting to embrace the deep ball. First year under Coach Casey, they shot many more threes. Went from middle of the pack in 2018 to 6th overall last year.
And the basket by Harden.
It doesn't matter how a defense plays him. Harden is going to make sure that that three-point shot is a primary weapon.
Pierce finds Thompson. Passes it to Frazier. 6 on the shot clock. With the teardrop, that shot is off. Good work defensively by Harden. And it's Harden with the ball for Detroit. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. Here's McAdoo. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Harden against Thompson. Over Harden. Portland no good that time either.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yes, let's look on the bright side. You got a great look. It's a play that you might want to go back to again.
And I'm sure next time he sits down, coach is going to have a few choice words for him with that shot selection.
And you know what? He knows it. You have to try to play within the system or you're going to come away with empty possessions.
The Trailblazers have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
Taking 2 shots.
Shoot 2.
That free throw good from Thompson.
And we know, of course, Clay coming from a basketball family. In fact, his father back in 1978 was drafted #1 overall.
And so Thompson nails both of them.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Now Harden. From deep. Got it!
Yes,
He
indeed.
got it! What a shot!
Concentration.
That's a myth.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. Their largest deficit of the period was... That's all for now. Say goodbye.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You gotta like what Harden has done in this game so far.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
You know, you almost take it for granted. You look at his numbers from the first half, they're just expected at this point.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Trailblazers, they've got Frazier, Garnett out there with Hill, then there's Howard, and it's Pippen in at the 2. Robertson dishes to Jordan, and slam dunk by Jordan.
And right there, you see how quickly MJ gets into the air. Yet another one of his natural gifts.
Bounce pass from Hill. Tipped away. Leonard with the steal. Outside Jordan. Portland grabs the miss. Up top, Pippen. He's covered by Leonard. And it's Howard finishing it off.
And Howard's still a forceful finisher around the rim.
Pistons leading by 3. Pops it up for Jordan. And it's Jordan with the jam.
And you know how that play's going to end. Jordan in the air, adjusting effortlessly.
Outside Hill. 1:33 left in the third quarter of the game. Shoots over Leonard. Offensive rebound.
Oh, and he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Here's Robertson and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. To the paint. Here's Howard. And Davis pulls it down.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it. His struggles from the field continue, yet they still hold the lead.
Pippen against Jordan. Pippen kicks to Hill. Trying to get open is Pippen. Fires from 14. Second chance shot. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And when Garnett gets it that deep, the D is at his mercy. How about the extension and when he's able to get up on that low block?
Portland shooting their 7th free throw attempt here. Trailblazers making a switch here. Payton's checked in. And the Pistons making a change here as well. James Harden, he's checked in for Jordan. And it's tied up with that one. The Pistons have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Abdul-Jabbar, that's good. And Robertson with the assist. Abdul-Jabbar's got his second bucket.
And just look at the grace, the agility, versatility that Jabbar brings to the center position. Can beat you in so many ways.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
That's his second personal foul.
The Trailblazers have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one.
For 2.
And he can't get the first one. Good on the second free throw. Here is Harden. He has 6. From deep three-point range, and that shot was up in time but doesn't go in. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. It's Detroit. They're up by 1. From Portland, we're back in a moment. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Portland trailing here. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Abdul-Jabbar is out there with Moses Malone. Then it's Harden, and it's Robertson in at the point. Garnett the pass to Howard. Makes it off the glass. And the Trailblazers lead by 1.
And even with defenders looming, Howard has the edge there inside.
Robertson passes to Leonard. Back to Robertson. This one for 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Robertson's got his first 3 points of the game.
You know that he's always going to find a way to get the ball in tight situations like that and knock it down.
Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And Garnett gets it to go on the assist by Howard. Garnett's got the game tied up here for Portland.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
And it was great execution. Clutch effort all the way around.
The offensive rebound.
And really, that is why he is feared as a defender. Right in your face on that shot.
Moved his feet, timed it perfectly. That's how you get stopped. Love it.
Hill. And Hill throws it down.
Yeah, that quick first step that Hill has is just part of what makes him so special when he's driving the basketball. It's also his mindset. Now, no one's going to get in his way once he's on the move.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're down by 2. 1:33 left here in the fourth quarter. checked in for Peyton. Then for the Pistons, Anthony Davis is checked in for Malone. And Michael Jordan subbed in for James Harden. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Dwayne Casey just going over the game plan with his team down the stretch. He said, I love how we're shooting the basketball. You guys have been locked in from 3. Just keep taking makeable shots. If you don't have it, pass it to the guy who does. Kevin?
Here's Hill. Howard trying to free himself up. Hill, no good.
Great defensive effort, just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
Pass to Davis. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Dwight Howard.
So tough to keep Davis from getting his points. Now he goes to the line where he's been shooting in that 80% range.
He knocks down the clutch free throw.
One of the most productive all-around players in the game. AD has already accomplished a lot individually. Next, winning.
And so he drops them both. It's a 2-point ball game.
Yeah, that's who you want stepping to the line when the game is close.
The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. Now a timeout called by Portland. They're behind by 2. There's 53 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Oscar Robertson.
And his shooting percentage reflects just how efficient he's been. It's better than 50%, always a sign of a solid offensive performance. But his movement and his shot selection have also both been tremendous.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Both free throws good from Hill.
And that was huge right there. Just as cool as he could be. And he's been clutch at the line there in a very tense moment.
Here's Robertson trying to get open as Davis. It's good!
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
17-foot shot on the way. A shot by Frazier, no good. Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
I mean, unbelievable. It's one thing to be talented, but Kawhi is clutch as well.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're trailing by 4. 26 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Lobbed up there for Howard. It's stolen by Abdul-Jabbar. Here's Jordan, and then slammed in by Jordan.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
And that's an intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
You know, when you look at the MVP race each year, most of the candidates were drafted in the top 5, but somehow Kawhi lasted to number 15.
And so the Pistons take the win. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks.
9 times out of 10, he gon', let's not pretend. Look, everybody starts as a kid with a pure